Bar Stool Sports. Titus, Brandon Walker, Mostly Sports.
Welcome to Mostly Sports, presented by Jägermeister. I am Mark Titus. Brandon Walker is out again today. Texted, he was 50-50. He gave us a heads up that he might be 50-50 today. Texted me this morning, said, do you need me? I said, no, we never do. We never need you, Brandon. We're fine without you. And he goes, you know what? I'm going to read his text because accuracy matters, and I want to get this right. And he said, this is hard, is what he said. And I assume he was not, I assume he was talking about taking care of the boys and not something else.
Correct.
And he said, this is hard. And then, like 20 minutes later, he posted a picture of Tommy in the front seat of his car eating a popsicle. So Brandon's out today, giving his kids brain freeze. We'll figure out who's going to sit in the big chair because I want to talk about Jägermeister first, but we got to figure out. Yeah, there it is. There's Tommy Walker watching something, eating a popsicle at 8:17 a.m., which, that's what fatherhood's for, man. Mom's away. You give the boys a popsicle for breakfast. 0 degrees Fahrenheit, 56 botanicals, wherever you're at, if you're hanging with friends at the bar, maybe doing all the sports stuff or just the mostly sports stuff, call the shots. Cheers with ice cold Jägermeister. And remember to check Jägermeister out at Jägermeister.com. Drink responsibly. Jägermeister, the core, 35% alcohol by volume, imported by Mass Jägermeister U.S. White Plains, New York. I wanted Ebo to sit in the big chair. I thought he did a great job yesterday. I like talking ball with Ebo. We were synergizing before the show. Mm-hmm. Our brains were melding together, watching melding. Is that a word?
Yeah.
Melding a word?
Mm-hmm. molting.
I'll double check, but I'm pretty sure melding is absolutely a word.
Melting and welding? Is that melding?
Yeah, melding.
I just melded.
Blend, combine.
I just melded melting and welding together. Is that how they got the word melding? Is they melded? All right. Anyway, Ebo and I were talking ball yesterday morning, and I was like, Ebo, why don't you sit in the big chair and let's just fucking talk. Let's talk Kawhi. Let's talk ball. It went well. I was like, that was fun. That was enjoyable. Now, last night in the association, we didn't have as good of a night. I wouldn't say. No, it wasn't bad. I don't mean to like be binary with like the this is good, this is bad type shit with the basketball. It was fun. It was a fine night. It was just a ho hum night of hoops. So maybe there wasn't as much to talk about this morning, but I still expected Ebo to be excited at the opportunity. So I was like, Ebo, you want to sit in the big chair? And what did you tell me?
Well, I just told you I probably couldn't give you the performance you needed up there because I spent last night at the movies and did not watch any sports last night.
So you don't want the ball?
No, I think it's knowing I don't have the shot. Like,
Okay.
I deferred to Connor because I assume since he's a LeBron guy, he watched the entire game every game last night. So I was deferring to the guy that could maybe be a better playmaker today.
So now I'm put in a tough situation because Ebo doesn't want to sit there and he wants Connor to sit there, but the problem is I don't want Connor.
I don't know if I want to be sitting on the jizz chair.
The problem is the issue is I don't want Connor in the big chair.
We should just put TJ up there. We've never.
Yeah, I'll sit up there.
Huh?
Give me a shot. Give me the ball.
Connor, you want to sit in the big chair?
Yeah.
Connor can pretty.
Sit in the big chair.
Yeah.
Connor, sit in the big chair. Sure. We need to do a Freaky Friday show, by the way. At some point. It wouldn't make sense to do it on a Wednesday, so let's not do it today.
Brandon and you try and produce.
Yeah.
And Cody will sit on the couch.
Do you think if we did that, it would be
June 13th, Friday the 13th?
Oh, I won't be here. Yeah, I will. I'll be here. I don't think the kid will come. I think the kid will still be in the oven. Do you think if we did that, it would be fun and funny and interesting for the audience?
If you guys produce?
Do you think they would just be like, "This is fucking horrendous"? I think it'd be interesting for like 5 minutes, and then they'd be like, "I can't watch it."
So I don't think you would be able to get the show started.
I just literally, we literally just would not start the show.
I think that we would sit on this screen muted. I don't think you'd be able to figure it out. If I didn't give you some pointers, I think I could walk.
What if I got in? Okay,
if you just sat here, which is on this screen,
you don't think we could accidentally hit the right buttons?
I would be more concerned that you would hit a devastatingly wrong combo of buttons that would take the show offline permanently.
But here's my rebuttal to what you're saying. Lucas has done it.
Yeah, that's true.
So if Lucas can figure it out,
but he has like a 50-50 shot at the show breaking. So
yeah, that's true.
Or him doxing his phone number.
Lucas almost made me miss the end of the movie last night.
Lucas here on Friday, by the way.
Oh yeah,
guys. I bring Connor to the big chair and just immediately turn to Ebo.
I want to hear about this too.
Ebo, what you went and saw what? Sinners?
So yesterday Danny Conrad confronted me, or 2 days ago he accosted me on the street with his phone, his man on the street.
Oh, that's
video.
right. Yeah, that was funny.
And so then we walked to the street corner. He's like, "So you're coming to Sinners tomorrow, right?" And I was like, "I guess, yeah. I mean, this plan, I guess, has just now fallen into my lap. Sure, I'll go." It was me, Doug from the control room, Lucas, who organized the whole thing, Danny Conrad, and Tyler Spade, who sits out right next to the control room as well. Us five went to see Sinners. Movie's like over. They're rolling credits. Lucas is like, "All right, guys, we gotta go. We start walking down the stairs, and then just like a whole nother scene pops up for like 5 more minutes.
I know very little about Sinners, but that's one thing I do know is that there's like a long post-credit scene.
I knew nothing about the movie.
No one seemed to know that in the group.
Lucas, who is the AMC A-list member, initiated us all standing up and leaving. So I walked down, and I'm halfway down the stairs. I'm just standing next to the exit for like 10 minutes.
Hold on, what is it? What do you mean initiate? Like
he's like, "All right, guys, let's go." He's like, "Guys,
literally said, "Guys, let's go."
He's like, "Come on, let's go." Like waved us out.
That's not.
Was that
So then when he went to the bathroom, I just left. I went
Connor,
home.
that's bad form, isn't it?
No, but I'm also. Ebo mentioned to me before the show that it was the hottest movie.
It's the hottest movie
he's ever been in.
Titus,
So maybe that
I lost 5 pounds. I lost 5 pounds.
Why can't Lucas just get up and leave on his own? If I was with a group of people, one guy stood up and was like, "Guys, let's go." Like I'm your 6-year-old and you're parenting me.
I do feel like a bit of a child for caving to the pressure of like come on, everyone's getting up, let's leave. But I thought the movie was over, so I was like, okay,
yeah.
like he's the A-list member, he must know that we're not waiting for anything.
I hate that movies do that.
Post credits.
Post credits. I hate that. I hate it.
I kind of
It's
fuck with
stupid.
it.
I know you because you're a dork.
It's like encore.
You're a dork.
Yeah, and it's also, I mean, especially
Put it in the fucking movie.
no, but if
put
it's
it in
a
the-
if
put
it's
it
a
in the-
tease for the next movie that's coming down the
Yeah,
line,
That's what a trailer's for. I don't. What are we doing? Wait,
Nah.
fit it in the fucking movie. Put it in the movie. Put it in the movie.
I'm a sucker for a post credit scene.
Put it in the
No,
movie.
because it's not related to
If
the
it's
movie.
not,
It's
if
setting
it's not
something up
in
for the
mo-
next
is it
movie.
in the movie or is it not in the movie?
It's not in the movie.
Put it in the
but
movie.
It's attached to. While you're already there, let's get people excited for the next thing. I love.
But they're not there because then they don't know. Like you shouldn't have to go into a movie and know whether I need to sit here for an extra 25 minutes or not. And like the internet helps because, like I said, I don't even know what Sinners is about, but I have picked up enough to know that there is this post credit scene and you can't leave. If you go to the theater, you're supposed to stick around. But you shouldn't have to know that. You shouldn't have to go into every single movie and be like, because then even like Marvel did it for all their movies, but sometimes the post-credit scene was ass, and you're just like, that was fucking stupid. Other times it was like very important, and if you missed it,
Yeah. But if
you were behind the eight ball going into the next movie.
if you are appreciative of film and all the hard work that goes into collaborating and making a major motion picture, you will stay for the credits and appreciate when, John Smith pops up as the second advisor to the makeup artist in
His
the
name's
credits.
John Smith.
Yeah, I don't know. I just made it
That
up.
was his name. His name's John Smith.
Yeah, but I'm just like,
He became a makeup artist.
he was real in Pocahontas, and then he became
yeah. I'm just saying,
makeup artist.
appreciate all the work that goes into a film. Stay for the credits.
You want to make sure that no animals were harmed in the making of this movie.
Yes.
Yeah.
I actually, my film professor in college, he was a very adamant, even if there was no post-credit scene, like, you stay for the end of the movie. Whenever we played a movie in class, he was like, we are watching this all the way through until the credits are over because it's important to see everybody.
And that's why they do it, you think? That's why they do the after credits?
No,
to
no.
Give shine to all the people that worked on the movie?
No, it's just because they like to, keep
Which
their
is fair,
fans
I guess,
on a
but-
leash and throw a bone at them every now and then and see if they go crazy and wag their tail. That's all they want.
But also, you don't... It's okay if the audience doesn't give a fuck about who made the movie or how they made it. That should be okay.
Yeah.
That should be okay. That should be your prerogative as a consumer of the media to not have to sit there and need to know who the stagehands were. I'm not saying that their work is not important. I'm saying that once you put the movie out, it doesn't belong to you anymore. It belongs to the consumer, and they can do what they want with how much. I don't like post-credit scene. I don't like.
I don't like the.
I gotta piss. I want to get out of there.
I've become.
I gotta sit there and.
Every single time I go to a movie now, I Google, no matter what the movie is.
Yeah.
It could be like
Yeah.
the Lego movie, which might have a post-credit scene. I'll right before the movie, I'll Google, does this have a post-credit scene? That way I never have to anticipate it.
I almost stayed for the
And that's
end of the
a Marvel.
credits for Minecraft.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't give a fuck about Minecraft. I did enjoy the movie, but I was like, I don't care if there's a sequel, but I almost stayed.
Marvel has conditioned me to think
Well, yeah.
every movie
Yeah.
is going to have
Yeah.
a post-credit scene.
Sports should have that. I mean, I guess like Kobe did it when he'd have a bad game and he'd
Extra
come out and start putting up shots, but you should be able to like
Surprise
stick
extra
around.
innings.
Yeah, surprise extra innings.
Cubs games last night could have
Yeah.
used a couple more innings. I would have watched more.
Unreal.
What a game.
Unreal.
That was
I
nice.
know you want to suck LeBron, and we can. We will suck LeBron, or you will. I'll sit here and watch as you. Is it? Huh? I want to
We should
talk
slurp
about
up some
that.
Kyle
I
Tucker.
want to slurp. Kyle
I'll tuck.
Tucker.
Well,
Dude. I don't want to be the one to say it because I'm the Cubs fan on the show, and no one wants to. Nobody at this point enjoys watching any fan of any team be happy about their team. So I'm gonna step back and also nudge you in the direction of Ebo. The Cubs are they the most fun team? Are we the best team? Are we the
young.
where should the
core?
excitement level be about these Cubs? Because
I
this
think
is
very high.
this is the feeling I have right now in April. I've not felt since probably 2016, since we won the World Series. Which, like, if you weren't there for the ride for the Cubs that year, you might say the only thing that made that year special is that they won the World Series. I think a lot of Cubs fans knew that team was special, like leading into the season. I like that entire season. I watched like every single game. I watched at least one inning of every game because I just felt like they were otherworldly, and whether they were going to win the World Series or not, they were just a ton of fucking fun to watch. And this team, I'm not saying they're going to win the World Series, but this is the most fun I've had watching Cubs baseball since then.
Every single game is incredible.
Every game's a banger. The bullpen is a mess right now.
That's how baseball should be.
Can we can fix the bullpen though? Is that easy to fix?
I think it's
At
the
the trade,
easiest. It's
yeah.
the easiest part to fix for a team. Like, you can just rent a guy.
Just rent a guy in the bullpen. Just go to the bullpen store and get a bullpen. That's all we got to do. I'm going to the game tonight. I'm going to the game tonight. Last night I was watching. I was gonna wait for Sunday for you because we made plans. We'll still go on Sunday. We're still going. We'll go Sunday night. Watch Phillies. But I was watching last night. I was like, I got to get to Wrigley. It doesn't make any sense that this team is this fun. Part of the reason I moved across the country to work here was because of the Cubs and Wrigley Field. And I don't even say that as a joke. I think if Big Cat was like, we're starting a new office in
Kansas City,
I'd be like, all right, good luck.
Make sure you get there for first pitch. Our boy John Summit.
That's right.
Throwing out the first pitch.
John Summit throwing out the
certified
first
ball knower.
There he is.
I got him in a hat.
Wearing the hat, dude.
That was clutch by TJ.
Yeah, I said if he wears this hat, he doesn't often wear hats, but if he wears this hat at a concert or something, we're gonna sell 1 million hats.
I'm a big John Summit guy without knowing shit about the game. After yesterday.
It's the best type of relationship.
Chill as fuck.
I'm put in a tough spot being an old guy and being as Brandon says, a fuddy-duddy because it comes across, like, my ignorance comes across as being a hater, and I'm not a hater at all. I just don't. Like, when he was in the office, I was like, I don't know the guy, and that's not me trying to, like downplay his importance to pop culture right now. It was just like, I'm old. I'm not really into the DJ scene, which again doesn't mean I don't like it. I like the music that your name some guys. I like Levels.
Avicii?
I know he's not with us anymore. I like a fucking who's the guy?
What about
Calvin Harris is who I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Of.
What about Clarity by Zed?
Clarity by Zed. I'll fuck with that. That'll come on. I'll be like, yeah.
One of my favorite songs of all time.
There is no world, no timeline of events that could possibly happen. You could play out my life 10 trillion times. There's no timeline that I will ever be a guy that would go to a DJ show and that starts at like 3 a.m. and all of that. So I'm just ignorant to this world. And having said all that, I'm a John Summit guy.
Yeah.
Like, he was a nice guy. It was awesome having him in the office.
And you'll see him tonight.
And I'm going to Vegas for Big Cat and I are going to the Dead and Company show at the Sphere, and I'm staying at the hotel. He was on the Yak. He's like, I'm doing a residency at Fountain Blue. So I'm staying at the Fountain Blue.
Oh shit.
So like I had a momentary thing live on the air at the Yak where I was like, oh, I should mention that I'm staying at Fountain Blue and like I should go to a show. And then I caught myself and I was like, his show's going to start at 4 a.m. I'm not going to a show. Love the guy, nice guy, but I can't go to his fucking show. And it sucks. And it sucks when it sucks when people come through this office like that I'm like, I should get into his stuff. Like, he seems like a nice guy. All the young people are telling me he's really, really good. But then, I'm like, I just can't. I just don't. There's no, like, does he do matinees? Does he go on at like 3 p.m.?
Well, ironically, when we were in New Orleans,
I saw him.
Yeah, he
did a show on Bourbon Street, like in the middle of Bourbon Street,
which I tried to get to, and it closed down. It got shut down.
I can find a picture.
But it was wild.
Yeah,
and dude, all the girls they flocked.
He's a
ladies love him.
Yeah,
that's for sure.
He's a sex haver.
I would assume.
Should we make those as the ball knower? It's the spin off from the ball
on
knowers.
Bourbon Street while we were there.
Oh, that's awesome.
I was somewhere in there
with Tim Cook.
Wait, what's Tim Apple's
right
there?
Tim Apple.
Tim Apple himself.
Holy shit.
That's awesome. And so he's one of those dudes that can just do pop-ups and then the whole world just runs to him.
There's a day show.
Right?
I think this is when Jack and Tom and some other Barstool people saw him.
So if he would have, I'm being serious, like if he would have like tweeted or whatever, somehow put it on his Instagram, like when he came to the office and he was here and then he just looked at us and he's like, should we do a show here?
Yeah.
And if he just would have tweeted like, I'm gonna do a show in an hour and a half at Barstool HQ.
Yeah,
we would have had like 1,000 people show up.
More.
Way more. Everyone would have come.
Especially in the because he's a Chicago local.
Yeah.
A lot of people.
That's awesome.
This is when he did a show at Portillo's in Chicago.
That's awesome.
That is the new thing in music is like no notice pop-ups, concerts. Like because it's cool and it
Yeah.
breeds like authenticity, which I guess people we've talked about really care about now. So
you can't, because like I imagine concerts now is you run into the risk of scalpers. People buy the tickets. They, the people in the front row are the people that aren't necessarily your biggest fans. Yeah. Yada yada. But if you do a pop up like that, the people that are showing up gotta fucking love you. Nobody's like a casual John Summit fan that's like, let's go to this pop up thing, right?
Lord did a pop up concert last night in like Washington Square Park, which is crazy. Are you familiar with Lord?
Yeah.
Tennis courts?
Randy Marsh.
Tennis racket?
I am Lord.
Lord.
Yeah.
Randy Marsh. Randy Marsh was.
Yeah, Randy Marsh was
there.
Yeah.
This is in New York City.
Yeah, so that's Washington Square Park.
Oh yeah,
right,
I know where
right
that is
by
now.
NYU's campus.
Let's go down to the tennis court.
There's a Washington Square Park here. I did not realize.
Yeah.
Also, Ed Sheeran has just been doing pop-ups in bars in Nashville. He's just singing in bars.
So
Noah Khan was with him one time.
This is like the new flash mob. Like
Yeah.
10 years ago, people were just doing flash mobs. Now it's like a celebrity.
Yeah, it's a new wave.
Leads the flash mob.
It's cool to do. I think these artists are like, I got enough money. I don't need to play at an arena every night.
Yeah.
Like Ed Sheeran has so much fucking money. He's like, what if I did a fun show for like?
I imagine for him
fans.
this is way more fun than
it's more intimate.
It's also probably
playing
better marketing for you.
Definitely
in the long run to be like, oh, I do these. I may be a massive star, but I still do these tiny shows and rundown bars. And
Should we just do it?
Should we do a pop up show? Do we need to do a mostly sports just pop up show? Just fucking.
It would play no equipment.
Just fucking. Where would we do one?
We would just talk.
Where would
have
we
a conversation?
A second level of Declan's maybe. Like just up those like 3 stairs.
Burton's
at 10
place.
a.m.
Yeah, I don't know who else would show. Where else people would show
Burton's
up.
place. We'll do a midnight mostly.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
But it seriously, it wouldn't. It just would need to be a conversation between the 5 of us with no mics, no nothing. It's just that intimate of a setting where you could hear us.
Mostly sports
Yeah.
unplugged.
Oh my god, yes.
An acoustic set.
Oh my
We're
god.
literally doing a tiny desk cut.
You asked me to pull that up, and I print a picture of it out. That would be
Draw
awesome.
it. Just,
Etcho sketch.
Acoustic podcast.
oh my god.
We're on
Acoustic podcast would go dummy.
We might have something here.
Yeah.
I have a thing that's semi-related to the Cubs, only insofar as they're the team the Cubs are playing right now. How long until Dodgers fans blame Shohei Ohtani's daughter for Shohei Ohtani sucking at baseball? He's 0 for 7 as a father, with 4 strikeouts. Connor.
Yeah, that's not good.
That's something that
Is
concerns
that
you?
you're a stat guy? Well, no, I want it to continue tonight, but you're a stat guy, Ebo. Is that enough data to say that he should give up his child?
Yeah, seven at bats. Yeah, quit. It's April, right? Season's almost over. They
Did you see Ohtani's statement for? I obviously have a personal interest in this because I'm in a similar boat where I am fucking awesome at baseball and I could be one of the best pitchers in the game and the best hitter in the game. And I'm about to be a father as well. Mm-hmm. So Ohtani and I have a lot in common. But did you see his Instagram post? It stood out to me. I don't know if it was Instagram. I think I saw it on Instagram. He put out a release for his kid basically, and he said, "See if you can find it, TJ." The wording was very funny. I'm so grateful for my loving wife who gave birth to our healthy, beautiful daughter. To my daughter, thank you for yada yada. For making us to my daughter, thank you for making us very nervous yet super anxious parents. That was funny to me. We're very nervous, yes, but we're also very anxious.
Isn't half of the definition of anxious nervous?
That was funny. Do you think he was meaning to be funny? Probably not.
No.
It was probably a language barrier,
error.
translation issue.
I'd say
that cracked me up. Like, we're very nervous, yet I think you're supposed to say like excited, happy, and he was like, we're nervous, but also anxious, but also we realize that if it gets too hard, we'll just give our kid a popsicle at 17 a.m.
That was bizarre.
Tommy's old enough.
Tommy's like
old.
13 or 14.
Tommy's also
He's not
Tommy. Like,
5.
what are you gonna do? You if Tommy wants a popsicle, Tommy's getting a popsicle.
Yeah.
Probably
what are you
went to the store and got it himself.
Yeah,
Brandon probably was the one that wanted popsicles.
Yeah, Brandon's probably eating another pop.
yeah, right.
Behind the camera. He's got red.
Brandon has the box in his lap as he's driving.
Yeah. Hey, son,
He
can
has
you
all
hold
the-
this?
He's got all the other popsicles.
I enjoyed having Brandon's 3 sons here. It was very funny to be like, I was trying to like throw out like things that I think maybe like kids would find interesting. I was like,
Yeah.
yo, the Minecraft movie, right? Chicken
Yeah.
Jockey, am I right, guys? And like the 2 younger ones were like, yeah. How do
Yeah.
you know about that? And Tommy was like, that's fucking lame, because he's like the most online.
I will
of the
say,
3.
Tommy. I think are they coming back tomorrow?
I
they're
think
supposed to-
maybe
I think tomorrow is officially Bring Your Kid to Work Day nationally.
Tommy almost fainted when I pulled out my Pokemon collection.
really.
Which I have developed. I know I rip on card collectors, but
You do.
Pokemon is. But I rip on it because I have no idea what the fuck any of this.
Well,
is.
you're a gamer.
just-
You're a game man.
Also, do Pokemon have utility? Pokemon, right? You can
Yeah.
play with these technically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can play Pokemon.
Upper Deck at one point dropped like in the early 2000s.
I remember this.
Baseball cards with utility that
Yeah.
you got like a pen and you
Yep.
like tap the card with the pen and you basically play a baseball game
Yeah,
against your friend.
and
awesome.
that's different. That's what. So I'm not collecting these to just gather dust. I'm building a fucking army, and I'm trying to take down Tommy Walker. I want to play Tommy Walker in Pokemon. I don't know the rules, but I'm gonna fucking smoke him with my EV VMAX and my Scorch. You know, I busted these out when he was here, and I thought he was gonna faint. So I don't know which one is good and which one's not. But he was just like, he needed to take a step back and I don't, or maybe he was just fucking with me. Maybe these aren't actually good cards. But if Tommy, I have an idea in the back of my mind to live on the air trade Pokemon with Tommy, but he's just gonna fleece me.
Yeah,
I
probably.
have no idea which ones are good and which ones aren't. He's just going to absolutely fleece me, and that might be embarrassing. But anyway,
You're right, Connor. It is.
Yeah. I know with me personally, Tommy Walker is very comfortable with just shit talking me and saying I have a big forehead and like he literally like he pointed his fingers at me. Honestly, like John Morant, quite literally. I was the victim of a hate crime essentially. And he just points at me and he does a flare like boom, gun. And I was like, "Oh, you got me." And he was like, "Yeah, there was no way I was missing that big forehead." And I was like, "What are you talking? Like it's crazy." So I look forward to seeing him tomorrow if he is back. But yeah, it is National Bring Your Kid to Work Day.
I used to do that.
Oh yeah, it was fun.
To go to my mom worked as a lunch aide at the elementary school that I went to, so I would
Did
just
you
go back
tell
to the
her
elementary school.
coworkers that they had big foreheads?
Yeah.
Shoot them in the head.
I would
Yeah.
just make fun of the little kids. Be like, "Yo, nice." cards."
Yeah, I don't know. Take your kid to work day. I don't.
It was just a.
I know it was the thing. I'm trying to think of. Well, my dad was like, my dad worked at the high school, so like that was a little weird. And my parents are both teachers, so like I think I didn't want to go to work with them. I was just going to school.
Yeah.
Like instead of going to this school, you're going to this other school. Yeah, I don't know. Is that was that a thing for you, Ebo?
I went like I think just when my mom, like the school would close and she had nowhere to put me, so
Yeah.
I would like go and just. She worked in an accounting firm and they have like the old calculators with the print receipt, and so I would go to the empty desk and just like mash away on the calculator and just print out gigantic numbers on like I don't even know how to describe them. Those old calculators, you know what I'm talking about? Like they're literally like the size of like a computer.
I do. Yeah, I think I do, but
They were all.
Maybe
It
we're
was like
thinking
my
of something
favorite.
else,
It was
yeah.
the only way to pass the time in like a cubicle for me. But
These are so nostalgic.
yeah, pull up a. Oh,
TJ's going down
these are
memory
the,
lane.
These
is
are
the
these are the
game.
baseball cards you play with.
Yeah, they give you a mat and like the cards. You can like tap them with like.
That's awesome.
Was
Was
like the fly pen, which like it was like a tablet smart pen thing where you could like write a note and like tap it and it would read it back to you.
were all the players equal? Like, did it matter who was up to? You know what I'm saying? Like, or did they have certain power ups if based on how good of a player?
I think
were?
they had like stats on the back, like
Yeah.
like power, contact, speed, pitching, and then you could like build lineups
Mhm.
and then play it. Good pull, Ebo. I fully
Good job,
forgot
Ebo.
about
That was a
this.
hell of a pull.
do you guys remember the barcode monster game? That might be too niche, too deep of a cut. There was a game where you got a barcode. It was a toy where you got a barcode reader, and different barcodes had different monsters in them.
Okay.
And so you'd scan the barcode and collect monsters, and then you would link them up and fight each other.
And this was for when you go with your mother to the grocery store.
Yeah.
You just run around
And you
scan
collect
shit.
monsters, and then you'd fight. Like,
How do I not know about this?
You could get like Tamagotchis basically from barcodes.
Oh, that's fucking awesome.
yeah. And then like you'd go to school with your barcode, and you'd like have battles.
Dude, we had
You'd
so
battle
much
with monsters.
so much
God.
fucking tech junk when we were kids.
Yeah.
Like spy gear and fucking
It was the era of like we don't know why we're doing this. We just know we can do this. Like we have the tech to do it, so let's just build it and figure it out later.
Fuck around.
Yeah. Let's just fuck around.
We should start a league. The most of sports scanner league.
You know what we have the tech to do right now?
What is that?
Bet on basketball. It's the best time to be a basketball fan. All the thrills and playoff drama, done sitting on the sideline and ready to win some real cash. Check out Pick 6 from DraftKings. When it comes to basketball payouts, DraftKings Pick 6 posterizes the competition, including prize picks. When you hit all your picks, you'll score higher minimum payouts on Pick 6 than flex plays on prize picks. And best of all, you'll win even more cash if you outscore the competition. Track your picks for a shot at huge cash prizes. That's all there is to it. Pick 6 is available in most states, including Missouri, California, Texas, Georgia, and more. Don't settle for a smaller payout. Switch to Pick 6 and cash in on your basketball knowledge. New players get $50 in Pick 6 credits instantly on just a $5 entry. Basketball playoffs are here. Cash in with Pick 6 from DraftKings. Download the DraftKings Pick 6 app now and use code FAMILY. That's code FAMILY for new customers to play $5. Get $50 in Pick 6 credits. Better payouts, bigger wins, only with Pick 6 from DraftKings. The crown is yours. NBA playoffs last night. Pacers ho-hum win over the Bucks. You see the Pacers fan with the Giannis.
Yeah, this was spectacular.
So this guy, I have a problem with this guy.
Why?
So this guy's been going to Pacers games since I was a wee boy.
Okay.
He sits in the same seats. I assume he's a well-off fella and has been affording himself a life of playoff tickets to Indiana Pacers games. I'm pretty sure this guy popped up as a Celtics fan at one point. He's popped up as in the Last Dance documentary. I have a vague memory of this guy like being a Bulls fan and making signs for MJ and shit. I don't know who he is. He's been around for forever, for my lifetime. Like that's like the guy at the Pacers games that I know. But I remember there being a TJ. Can you? I should have brought this up before the show. Somebody do some research on this guy. Because I see this clip going around, and there used to be a time where I was like, hell yeah, that guy is an awesome Pacers fan. But I think he might be a fraud. I think he might actually just be a fan of being on TV and holding up signs.
Maybe. I just know in that singular incident, I love him because I have been a massive – if it's possible to be a hater of Giannis at the free throw line, I am.
I might need help in the chat. Somebody in the chat
That's
surely
the
knows
same
what I'm
guy
talking
right
about.
here.
Yeah, that's the same guy.
That's the same guy.
That's the same fucking guy, dude.
You just typed in Celtics fan with sign?
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. He goes to the Celtics games and
And that
holds up
popped.
signs.
Wow.
And I think maybe I'm misremembering. I think the Last Dance. I want to say he had like a sign for Jordan. Like there was like a quick cutaway and it just shows this dude holding up a sign for MJ, which doesn't make any sense because like that was when the Pacers. Like in the 90s, the Pacers, they would always lose to the Bulls, but they were a playoff team. And maybe I'm misremembering. Maybe I'm thinking of the woman screaming. Or was that the fucking Reggie Miller, John Starks? I don't know, man. My memory's going.
Woman screaming.
There's a Pacers fan woman that this is the number one Pacers fan. Yeah, like I
Matt Asson.
Matt Asson.
New York City kid turned South Florida restaurant. I don't know.
Yeah, he used to go like at the old arena. He would show up like way back in the day. But then I feel like he might be wrong. I don't know.
Pacer guy. Matt Asson.
But how can you be a Pacer guy and hold up signs for Jason Tatum?
If that is him.
That's him, dude. Pull up. Go back. Go back. Because it's the same like form of he has these like foldable. They fold the same way.
There's also the Flamingo Man.
Look, pull that up. I think this is the same guy. That's the same guy, dude. It has to be the same guy.
Okay.
That's the same guy,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, I'll back off on this one.
So, tell me how to proceed as a diehard Pacers fan that I am. A fucking diehard. It courses through my veins. My love for these Indiana Pacers.
I would not like him.
Dude from Florida, holding up signs for Jason Tatum.
Yeah, no, I would
see
not
if you
like
can
him.
find.
Rooting for the Knicks.
Grew up rooting for the Knicks, dude. See if you can find the woman now, and I can't get this out of my head. There's a woman on. I thought it was a Last Dance documentary. Maybe it was the Reggie Miller winning time 30 for 30. There's a woman fucking screaming in like a Pacers. Screaming at the refs. It was a big in 49 states moment for all of us from Indiana because it was a woman that like in any other city she's just the +1 at the basketball game and she just like gets dolled up and goes with her husband.
Yeah, it was the last
out on the
dance.
town. It was the Last Dance.
Karen, the Pacer fan.
Let me see.
I got to go to Facebook for this. Let's see.
Karen the Pacer fan.
Yeah.
There's no way her name. Oh no, her name was.
But people were calling her a Karen.
Yeah, her. Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. That was the Last Dance.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah, look at it. Karen the Pacer.
she's not who I
Is
expected.
her name
at all.
actually Karen? Or is it just they're saying she is a Karen?
This girl?
Yeah,
Yeah,
there we go. That's who I was thinking of.
She
That's
she,
who I was thinking of.
she was good looking.
That's her right there.
She's good looking.
Is that her today?
Believe so.
That's fucking awesome.
That's not who I expected.
Please carefully a little bit. Lip reading's not even an art with you on this. You know that? Do you remember what you were saying?
I do. Pent up frustration.
That's
you know?
awesome.
That has made her a social media sensation. Some referring.
The OG Karen.
49 states, dude.
Related to before we get into last night.
And I didn't even mean to go down this tangent, but then this guy, I need to know more about him. I need to know.
This guy reminds me similar situation, not really a similar situation because it's a player, not a fan, but I just where your allegiances lie and everything. Andre Drummond is currently a member of the Philadelphia 76ers, and he was tweeting the other night.
There, that's it. There it is. What? Freeze it right there.
Yeah, no, I'm out on this guy.
He's got the same. That's the same sign he used for Tatum.
I'm out on this guy. Get him out.
Oh, that Jason Tatum.
Get him out. I don't like this guy one bit.
Knicks
can't be
at Bulls. So he was in Chicago
he's in-
at a Knicks Bulls game.
We'll get back to Andre Drummond because I want you to finish that point. But this is the guy that had the Giannis clock, and like I grew up with this guy going to every Pacer game I've ever been to. This guy has been sitting behind the bench, or behind the basket. So like, I'm not doubting that he's gone to a million Pacers games, and he probably does have some love for the Pacers, but. You can't.
He's a Signs fan.
He's a Signs fan. I think
he's a
more
fan
of
of
a
the
fan
Signs.
of making a sign and getting it on television.
He's at a baseball game.
Yeah,
Pacers nowhere to be seen.
dude, stay in your lane. But last night it was funny. I mean, it was great to have the sign. And
Yes.
the clock ticking down. But it unfortunately there's a dark history with this man. There's a dark story that no one wants to talk about.
Yeah, I apologize. I think I sent that in the group today, and I apologize. I did not realize that there was that lore behind it.
Oh, what were you saying about Andre?
Andre Drummond, current member of the Philadelphia 76ers, on the team. While the Pistons are playing the Knicks the other night, he was tweeting out, openly rooting for the Pistons. Obviously, he spent the bulk of his career in Detroit.
Yeah.
If you had to pin Andre Drummond to one team, it would be Detroit. But TJ, if we could pull that up, the Andre Drummond tweets, he's like hashtagging Detroit like their official like motto. He said, "Let's go Pistons!" Like let's get this
Interesting.
done. Yeah, wow, amazing feeling watching this game, but the work isn't done yet. Hashtag Detroit basketball.
Is he actually under contract for the Sixers?
Yes.
Or he's a free agent.
No, he's
He's a Sixer.
yeah. Detroit basketball. Like
That's crazy.
I had never seen something like that, and it's very.
Bruce Brown was in Denver, and they were interviewing him. Like the Denver local news was interviewing. He was wearing a cowboy hat, I think.
Yeah.
He was at the Nuggets Clippers game, and it was the same thing. But I think Bruce Brown's technically a free agent right now.
But Andre Drummond.
Bruce Brown was doing
There you
something
go.
similar where he's just like he's
Hey,
cheering
hater.
for the Nuggets and this play. People actually look at me crazy for posting or liking stuff in Detroit, but it's like Detroit's my home. To see the success of the city of what's going on with the team, I also feel like I'm part of it, even though I don't play for them.
Also, by the way, the whole chat is just Waffles.
Okay,
Waffles.
I'll eat the waffles.
No.
What is the waffle? What are they doing that for?
I'm
It's because you're supposed to eat. I
said
get that now. I understand.
since the game ended, I'm gonna eat the waffles.
That was
Tune
like
into the
2
stream.
weeks ago at this point.
I wanted to do it the week of, and I was told by people on this show, no, we gotta wait.
That was 2 weeks ago. It was over 2 weeks.
And I have this hanging over my head for the past 2 weeks. Everywhere I go, I have waffles clouding over me. And I get tweeted, and people come up at bars, and they say, when are the waffles? I'm like, the waffles are fucking coming, dude. They're coming.
Waffles.
Chat's cooking.
Where are the dragons,
Boy.
Connor? Why are there no dragons?
They're cooking you.
The dragons are coming.
Also, Evo's drinking fucking milk, dude. What is that?
Yeah, what are you drinking? What is
Drinking
that?
drinking milk right now?
Titus, these guys never had a latte before?
Oh, you're an iced latte guy?
Yeah, I got a nice latte, and it's a little watered down, and
I see.
Blutman pointed out to me yesterday when I hopped on his ball watching stream, even though he was simply watching puck. There's no ball whatsoever. I believe it's the Maple Leafs on their helmet. They have a helmet sponsor, and it was Oreo, and then on their jersey sponsor, it was milk.
That's why he's the best.
Yeah,
This man.
which I
That's
enjoy.
why he's the best.
Yeah.
the Got Milk campaign is
Propaganda.
there's just big milk out there.
Propaganda for big.
It is big milk propaganda. It is big milk propaganda.
It's not a specific
There's like
company paying
there's
for
nothing
it.
that like actually suggests that milk has that much of like a calcium boost. Without like, it's not actually that good.
Yeah, but it gives you a
Ugh.
cool mustache.
TJ might be anti-milk
I am
propaganda.
anti-milk because of
He's
I-
might be big OJ.
it makes my tummy hurt.
propaganda.
Makes my little tummy hurt.
Guy loves
Um,
OJ for breakfast.
Cody just
Yeah,
sent me a clip of us talking about the sign guy. I think on your show from 2023.
Oh,
Oh, really? Did I do the exact same rant?
Let's see.
I don't know if you saw this guy at the Celtics game was holding up a sign that said
I
like,
did. I did the same rant.
I love you, mom, but
Yeah.
oh, that Jason Tatum. There were pictures circulating of him doing that for Michael Jordan
Got him.
back in the
Yeah.
Bulls days. I instantly recognized him because he used to be at every single Pacers game I ever went to when I was growing up.
Got it.
Every time I would go see a Pacers game,
saying the
this
exact same
dude
shit
used to
over
be
and over.
wearing a hard hat with the sign underneath the basket, and he had like a bucket full of signs, and he'd always have these signs, and he was like one of those douchebags that's like, I want to make this game about myself, and like everybody look at this cool funny sign we have, and we're like, yeah, we get it. So when I'm watching Game 7, this dude shows up holding the Celtics like he's a Celtics fan. This guy's number one on my fraud power rankings, dude. Just bouncing around from team to team.
So this is just a guy
Hey! Whoa! Hey!
Jeez.
Get that guy out of here.
I'm scared.
Wow.
The fuck?
What's the jump scare? Holy shit!
His head's filling the screen.
I didn't realize I was that passionate about this guy.
I won't lie, Mark. I forgot everything you said in that video. I was just focused on TJ.
Yeah.
That popped up. I
Yeah.
lost total track.
Eat the
But, you know,
waffles, pussy.
I will fucking eat the
So we
I'm out on that guy.
waffles. I think it has to be some sort of incentive-based waffle thing where Connor, every single waffle starts with like an Eggo waffle, something small like that. But if there's a certain number of subscribers or there's a certain number of super chats, then he eats a bigger waffle.
This is
Yeah.
why I'll defend Connor. I'm pushing it off a little bit. I don't want to push us all the way into like September. We want to
Right.
do it. We want to do it relatively quickly. In the next, I would say month, which seems like a long
sure.
time, but like that, I don't know. Like we're discussing ways that this can benefit the show because as most of you watching at home know, Connor likes to just care about Connor and Connor. So when Florida won, Connor was like, how can I make this about me? How can I just eat all the waffles, do the stream, have all the glory on me? And Brandon and I were like, pump the brakes. Let's figure out a way that the show can benefit from this. We could get subscribers. We could get special guests maybe. We could get a sponsor. I don't know. We were just brainstorming a bunch of different ideas. And then, like you said, Ebo, we want to do different...
We wanna gamify it.
Is it gamified? Is this some sort of like a Barstool After Dark stream, like our version of that somehow? Do we just talk to the Barstool After Dark guys and just make this one of the Barstool After Dark streams? I don't know if it rises to that level because we want to do it on our channel. I don't know. These are just some of the things we're talking about. And also Connor has pulled me aside many times and he's like, do I have to really do this?
Stop. Dude, no, I have not.
And he's like,
I
I
have
don't
not
wanna- I
done
don't
that
wanna do this.
once.
Cody has though.
Cody has.
Cody has. Where is Cody? Let me
Give him a call.
Let me call Cody and see if he'll answer if I call him.
He has a bad track record of answering your call, Mark.
Yeah, let me call Cody real quick.
I will say there needs to be a reason to watch Waffles 20 through 30, like these
Yeah.
long streams.
Oh, look who's got their phone on them now.
Yep. How can I help?
Come into the studio.
All right.
Interesting.
Yeah, that was tough last night. I watched.
Let it ring one time, and he answered this time.
Mostly trivia taking on macrodosing. Phone
Yeah,
a
if you
friend,
missed
Cody.
it- if you missed it last night, yeah. Doesn't spoiler. We played macrodosing last night, and I called Cody. Cody didn't answer. I texted Scoof and I texted Cody before the match because you two. I don't know if we've told you this. I made this decision as the team captain. You guys are going to be our only phone of friends moving forward for the rest of the season. We called Blutman, who is actually, I guess Blutman is in the family, so Blutman counts too. The only phone of friends we've used are Brandon, who didn't answer, Brandon, who didn't know the answer, and then Blutman, who got it right. And then in this match, I decided no matter what, I'm going to use Connor or Cody as a phone a friend because I want this to be, it is the mostly trivia team. It is not the Titus, TJ, and Ebo team. It's the whole family. It's everybody but Brandon. So I wanted all of you guys to be included. I texted both of you. I was like, we're about to record the dozen.
Mm-hmm.
Get your phones ready. Question comes up. It's a music question for 2016. Right in Cody's wheelhouse because I've talked to you about what you're good at.
Yep.
Right in your fucking wheelhouse. I didn't know it. None of us knew it. I was like, this is. I think I said on the show, let me call the young goat, Cody.
You did.
Let's get the young goat some shine. I call Cody, doesn't answer. What happened?
I had set my phone down literally for 1 minute, and I called you back after it. You can watch it. It's on the show. It's like called you back.
It sounded like you were at the gym.
I was.
Were you hooping or were you pumping?
Come on, man.
Come on.
I was hooping, but I wasn't actively hooping. Like I was just in the gym. I wasn't
All right.
playing at the time. I had my phone on.
Wait,
went to get
why'd you
water. Came back. Phone call.
At
Bad
the time it
timing
took you
for
to
me.
get the water.
Yes.
That was the phone call.
Very bad timing. I felt bad about it. I did call back. I did know
But
the
there
answer.
were whispers that you were compromised. There were whispers because Mad Dog put it in my ear that she had talked to you about using you as a phone a friend, and now I don't know what to believe because there are theories out there that you didn't answer the phone because you were trying to sabotage
Not true.
mostly trivia.
And then he covered his ass by calling back like, oh,
Right.
my God, yeah.
Oh, dude, I just missed it.
This was the plan. Was she had asked me because she's like, oh, you're playing mostly trivia. Like, let's try to like maybe if you need a phone a friend, call me. My plan was to answer and say I don't fucking know and hang up, or just not answer her phone.
So you were going to do to her what you actually did.
Unintentionally, yeah, I did fuck up.
Yeah.
Would you have gotten it?
Yeah, I knew it. I called you back after. I knew it. And also, you guys blew them out. So thankfully, it wasn't that bad. Also, in history,
But it's not about the score. We don't. Mostly trivia. We don't care about the score. We care about
Sure.
trying our best, and we care about being a family.
Of course.
We care about the journey along the way. And now this has happened to us twice. We used Brandon as a phone a friend. He didn't answer.
Won't happen again.
Now you're not answering, and
To be fair, you did not call me officially, but you called me about the Gabe Davis question. Got that right.
Yeah.
the one we called Brandon on.
Yeah.
I felt bad about that. Yeah, because like one of our earlier matches, it was a college football question. It was the category was college football, but then the question was like this guy played for whatever team and then was drafted by the Bills, right? And so in our brains we just focused on the college football part, so we were like we should call Brandon. Brandon doesn't answer, and then we said, oh shit, that was really stupid. We should have focused on the Buffalo Bills part and brought in Cody. So then I felt bad about that, and I was like, I'm gonna give Cody a shot. And then we did, and he didn't answer because he was getting water.
I'll be better moving forward. I hope we can move on from this.
All right.
Family.
How are you going to make up for this? Because you're
Yeah,
also
for the
trying to get out of the tarred and feathered. And you snuck that by me yesterday. By the way, when we were talking about Connor's Waffles yesterday, you were just like, you were doing your little whatever, your little fucking Cody shit, whatever. We were just like, yeah, man, he's waffling, man. He's waffling. You just kept saying that over and over.
You said.
And you were deflecting. But I'm saying you were joining in on the Connor pile on that you made me completely forget that you have your own shit that you're trying to
Yeah,
get
which
out
is also maybe like folding in together then.
you're gonna
For Mostly Sports, for the channel,
while Connor's eating waffles, you will
I will be actively in the
Tarred and
background,
feathered?
having to stand there for however long the stream is, covered in syrup and
feather.
blue and orange feathers for Florida.
They make blue and orange feathers.
I think so.
Gotta.
Where do you go if I turned you loose right now to go buy blue and orange feathers? Where's the first place you're going?
Gainesville.
Flight to Gainesville.
It's not a bad
I
option.
think that's the only place they sell it in the entire country.
Blue and orange feathers.
Yeah.
Then I'll go there and get them and I'll come back.
Boise, Idaho.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe.
No, those are horses, dude.
Horses don't have feathers. Come on, Connor.
Yeah, you're right.
Come on, Connor.
Oh, shut the fuck up.
What are horse feathers?
Nutrafol, an investment in your hair is an investment in yourself. You may have heard of Nutrafol's hair growth supplements and wondered, do they actually work? It's a fair question. Many hair supplements overpromise and underdeliver, but Nutrafol is different. As the #1 dermatologist recommended hair growth supplement brand, it's trusted by over 1.5 million people and is clinically tested to deliver real results in just 3 to 6 months. Start your hair growth journey with Nutrafol. For a limited time, Nutrafol is offering our listeners $10 off your first month's subscription and free shipping when you go to Nutrafol.com/men and enter promo code MOSTLY. Find out why Nutrafol is the best-selling hair growth supplement brand at Nutrafol.com/men, spelled Nutrafol.com/men, promo code MOSTLY. That's Nutrafol.com/men, promo code MOSTLY. LeBron James.
LeBron James. Yeah.
LeBron James.
Love
did
him.
not stuff the stat. Not that he had a bad game. Did not stuff the stat sheet into like a all-time LeBron playoff game way. But I thought last night he was brought the energy.
Yeah.
I thought the Lakers defense. Anthony Edwards admitted as much. Did you see Anthony Edwards' quote after the game? He said, "I was confused out there."
Because they kept switching back between man and zone, and he was like, I don't know.
I don't know what the fuck's going on out there. I thought LeBron was a good tone setter for, like Luka's going to carry the team, obviously, at this point, especially offensively in terms of the scoring and the situations where it's like we need a bucket. Who do we turn to? They're going to turn to Luka. But I thought LeBron was good at setting the tone, Connor. Saying like the game one, we got blown out, but that was a feel it out game. We cannot lose game two. And I'm 40 years old, and I'm going to fucking play my balls off and set the tone.
Yeah. Also, late in the game, because the Lakers were up at one point by 22, and then the Timberwolves somehow found a way to make it interesting, and they cut it to a single-digit deficit. And the Lakers had missed like 10 straight field goals in the fourth quarter. LeBron was the one who broke that. LeBron had a massive steal on Anthony Edwards that also switched the momentum of the game and everything. So late, even though, yes, the game was largely out of hand for the majority of it, LeBron still made the plays needed. Now, I am worried because he still wound up playing 40 minutes last night.
Yeah,
it was starters playing the entire game, despite the fact that the Lakers had a 22-point lead at one point in the third or fourth quarter. Crazy.
You have to be worried about that. Is the Lakers
I am very
in general running out of gas? The fact that LeBron is 40, the fact that Luka is, his weight fluctuates, whatever, and he's
run out of steam before.
He's not as fat as Nico Harrison thinks he is, but he's also like, you don't look at that guy and think like that's a guy that can run around for. He's not Steph Curry or Jimmy Butler with his conditioning. So yeah, that has to be a worry for the Lakers.
It was
LeBron sexuals like you.
Yeah, no, it was a big worry, especially because obviously if you're the Timberwolves, you're trying to win every single game. You're trying to wrap the series up in 4. You're trying to sweep them. But they already kind of accomplished the mission of splitting the series and winning one on the road and taking away the home court advantage from the Lakers. This was essentially just playing with house money last night. They go down by 19, I believe, at the end of the first quarter. And a lot of teams, including a lot of LeBron-led teams, would have just said, all right, it's not our night. Like, we already won one. We can't shoot for shit because last game the Timberwolves shot 50% from 3. Last night they shot 20%. Nothing was falling. Just an off night. They were down by a ton right off the bat. They could have just said, yeah, we're going to pack up. Like, we're off tonight. We're back at home in Game 3. We'll be better, and we'll be back, and we'll come back and win Game 3. But despite being down by 22, the Timberwolves still found a way to make it really interesting, and the Lakers were not able to take their starters off the floor because Timberwolves found a way to ease back in, and that's why if I'm a Laker fan, I'm really concerned because you had them dead to rights.
What do you mean if you're a Laker fan?
I'm a LeBron.
Why are you doing a hypothetical?
I'm a LeBron fan, which in turn means, yes, like if LeBron does
It's-
well,
there's no world where the Lakers can lose, and that's good for LeBron.
exactly. So I'm
You're a
I'm
Laker fan.
I'm a LeBron fan, which in turn makes me, I guess,
Laker fan.
for this playoff run, a Laker fan.
Yeah.
But I do not feel comfortable since I am a Lakers fan for this playoff run because you had a team dead to rights and they did not need to win the game, and yet you still had to play all of your starters for all 48 minutes. LeBron played 40 minutes, and it was close towards the end. Like you got uncomfortable, and now you go back to Minnesota. Also, I don't like the offense that the Lakers are running right now one bit. It was very much, okay, let's get Rudy Gobert in a bad matchup around the perimeter. Let's set screens. Let's manipulate the matchups. Let's get Luka on Gobert, Austin Reeves on Gobert, LeBron on Gobert.
That's NBA basketball.
I understand that, but it was so repetitive to the point where, yes, some possessions it worked, but other possessions the ball was just sticking with that one ball handler. It gets very ISO. And
that's Luka basketball, baby.
I understand, but it was also spreading to other guys like Austin Reeves and LeBron. It's like Dorian Finney-Smith played 39 minutes yesterday, only came away with 7 points.
Yeah.
And if you're, LeBron and Luka, there was that one stat they scored or assisted on like 20 or 24 of the made field goals from the Lakers at one point in the game's third or fourth quarter, which is great. I want them to be the two spearheading the offense, but at the same time, in order to get people involved, the ball needs to move more, and it just was not moving. They still haven't scored over 100 points in the series. They won last night, but they only had
2 games.
I understand that, but it should be.
Timberwolves are good defensively. If they can throw junk defenses at them, confuse them.
Yeah, but I want more.
Maybe this is
rough it up a little bit.
Yeah. I don't know what happened last year in the playoffs. I remember Brandon when the Lakers were playing the Nuggets. I was like, this series is not going to be. It's the Nuggets own the Lakers. This is just how it's gone. This is the Lakers will fight really hard. They will lose the game. That happens every time they play in the playoffs. And if memory serves, like Brandon was like, I don't think the Lakers are out of it. I think it was like they're down like 3-0 in the series. He's like, I think they still might have them right where they want them. And I was the guy that was like, the Lakers fucking they're not doing anything. They suck. They hit a brick wall. And then now the roles are reversed. I feel like I'm the Lakers believer.
In a way, yeah.
I like the Timberwolves for what it's worth. Like, 'cause Brandon and I were like because Ebo, you put it on the sheet what they stole game 1, and Brandon was like, I don't think they stole game 1. I think the Timberwolves are just better than the Lakers. I don't think I think the Timberwolves can obviously win the series. Obviously, it'd be insane to say otherwise. I just think that winning by 22 in game 1 was not necessarily like a tone setter of like this is what to expect the rest of the series. The Lakers are going to make adjustments. We saw that last night. They go to the defense, the switching defense that has worked for them since they got Luka and really all season. But down the stretch, they throw junk defense is a way to oversimplify it, but that's kind of what they're doing is they're just throwing different stuff at different looks at Anthony Edwards. And I don't know if I love that he just admitted that he was lost out there.
Yeah.
But that's the thing with Anthony Edwards. He's just going to say what he wants, including that he's got a big dick.
Which, he was fined $50,000.
He's got a big dick.
I think at least.
Hey, man.
Got to pay for having a big dick these days.
Gobert got 300 million?
If
200 million?
This is me trying to do Cody. Hey, man. If you got to pay $50,000 for having a big dick, go ahead and throw me in the poorhouse. You know what I'm saying?
Oh my god, my ass going bankrupt.
My ass is.
Also, speaking of Ant, how many points did he end up with last night? Anyone know?
25.
Okay. And LeBron?
Oh, LeBron had 21.
What's he doing?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
LeBron won the game.
Right. Halliburton.
What LeBron have?
21.
Yeah.
20.
Oh, he's talking about our bet.
Well, yeah, there was
Dame didn't get there.
Dame. Well, we didn't even talk about Dame with the Bucks Pacers game.
You trying to talk shit about Desmond Bane scoring 19?
No.
The only one with any sort of heart on the Grizzlies right now? The only one with any fight? The only one that seems to give a fuck?
He played well.
Yeah, the parlay
Come on,
did not
man.
hit last night.
Well enough.
Trying to
close.
make
Did come close. But Damian Lillard only putting up 14 was awful. Anyway, yeah,
my algorithm had Desmond Bane making one more free throw. That's my fault.
You got to synergize.
I synergized wrong. I'm new to the synergy game. I crunched. I tried to synergize as much as I could yesterday morning, and I had Desmond Bane. I had him making one more free throw. He finished with 19 points. That one's on me. But actually, it's not on me because Ebo, you picked Dame, didn't you?
No, I picked Anthony Edwards.
Who picked Dame?
that might have been me.
But we kind of pressured TJ into taking Dame. Like, oh yeah, he's back. He's been shit talking. Like he's gonna come. No, he openly admitted yesterday too. He was like, yeah, I'm not. I was not ready. I was a bit worn down.
Just blame Brandon. His face was on the.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
parlay.
it was the Brandon Walker
yeah.
parlay, wasn't it?
You and
Yeah.
Brandon's faces.
That's
on it.
right.
Thanks, Brandon.
Great pick, Brando.
I didn't see the clip of JJ Redick. I missed that.
JJ Redick lighting a flame
I
under
didn't
their
see that.
ass.
Can we play that?
Yeah,
I see Ebo put it on the. I
think it was a
missed
sky cam thing.
I missed the.
If there was a sky
Yeah,
cam,
that-
yeah.
Yeah. They're just like getting a sideline out of bounds.
I love it. I love it.
That's awesome.
The fuck. Still,
Yeah.
I love that.
The defense was better last night from the Lakers, but I still wish.
I love JJ Redick.
Oh yeah.
I love JJ Redick.
One after the Timberwolves lighted up on Saturday in Game 1, they have their lowest point total last night with 85. Like there were adjustments that were made, and he's getting on their ass on that side of the ball. I think J.J. Redick has been an amazing head coach for the Lakers, but I just wish he had more offensively. Also,
but they have to win this series.
Austin, oh my, absolutely, yeah.
Yeah.
Austin Reeves
they
also
have
has
to
been
win
struggling a bit.
And as the Timberwolves are a good enough team. They didn't have the year that I think we were all expecting them to have, but the playoffs are here and they got the horses, so to speak. But the Lakers, you can't put lipstick on that pig if you lose in the first round with LeBron and Luka and JJ Redick, who's supposed to be and I think he is. I'm just saying, we've talked a lot about, we haven't, but the basketball world has talked a lot about JJ Redick being such an improvement over Darvin Ham.
Mm-hmm.
That if you now lose in the first round
bad.
to a team that like Luka, I understand the circumstances were different. The roster the Mavs had is very different than the roster the Lakers have. But you're talking yourself into like the Timberwolves, as good as they are defensively. Luka cooked them in the playoffs last year. Now Luka's on the Lakers. Like, just let Luka fucking cook him again. And now the Lakers have JJ Redick coaching. Surely they're not going to lose in the first round, but they might, Connor. And if they do, I think that's a disaster of a season.
Well, last night was.
I think it's a disaster of a season, and you're wasting what little gas LeBron has left in his tank.
It was a must-win last night. They got it done, but yeah, I still walked away from that game wishing for more. So we'll see.
Well, you're going to get more because there's Game 3. So
yes, but more from the
You're gonna get more.
Lakers. I think they need to bring more to the table in order to win the series.
You're going to get more.
Nico Harrison's got to be the big. I mean, even if the Timberwolves win this series, no one will respect Nico Harrison, but he needs just a little notch in his belt, right? Like, he needs this.
I do think now. Don't take this the wrong way, because I understand. I'm sort of becoming a Nico defender here, just because yesterday I was like, is there a world where he can not be the devil? And it's less that like I want that to happen. I'm just like curious, like what's the next play for him? Is there anything left for him to do, or should he just literally just quit his job and go move off the grid and live the rest of his days like, making his own soap or something? I don't know what people off the grid do. I was fascinated by that. I'm going to say this too, and I'm really worried because this is going to make me sound like a Nico defender. I do think you're right, Ebo, that he needs a small win. I think he needs a small win to keep because I need Nico Harrison to do a press conference where he feels like he won. I need him to have a little bit of confidence to keep this going, if that makes sense. Because right now, I mean, it's like the first half of Space Jam. It's the Monstars are just running up the score, and we're just like Nico Harrison. He's in halftime, just looking around, just being like, "God damn, we're getting our asses kicked."
Mm-hmm.
I need him to find Michael's secret stuff. Is what I'm saying. Does that track? Is that an analogy that makes sense to you?
Yeah. No. First of all, I love that movie, and I love the secret stuff.
So yeah, the Lakers. I'm not necessarily rooting for it, but if the Lakers lost, and then we got like a Nico Harrison press conference, like in the preseason next year, where he just like throws a little shot at people said it was a bad trade, but listen, we're gonna get Kyrie healthy, and we saw what the Lakers look like when they're healthy.
Mm-hmm.
They lose in the first round. I want him to say something like that just to keep the fuel going, because at a certain point he's already dead. It's like that meme where they say, what's the meme where it says stop, he's already dead?
Simpsons.
Yeah, it's like that meme, because I'm thinking stop, he's already dead. Is that a good meme usage?
I think that's good. after you rip that out, I
What,
have,
you got something?
I have a point related to trades in the NBA that I would like.
Is it really fucking good, or is it?
Yeah, it was you can read the.
I just read the
Yeah,
ad.
yeah, read
Okay,
the ad,
all right,
yeah.
because I don't want to stop the momentum. Stop! He's already dead.
Yeah, that's
So,
the one.
When I watch when I watch what's going on between Luka and Nico Harrison and the reaction to the Luka trade, I think of that Simpsons meme. You know the one
On
I'm talking
Giphy?
about. You know the one I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Stop! He's already dead. That's the one. We have a new sponsor, Goldbelly.
Ooh.
I am excited. I'm very, very excited about Goldbelly. I've already been using Goldbelly at home since they've come on, and we knew that they were going to come on as a sponsor, and I started using Goldbelly. I was like, this is incredible. I'm about to tell you about the most incredible, unforgettable gift you can get Mom this Mother's Day. Have you heard of Goldbelly? It is an amazing site that we use all the time where you can order from the most iconic, famous foods from restaurants all across the United States, and they will ship it anywhere across the country for free in time for Mother's Day. Goldbelly will ship gift-worthy cakes from Ina Garten. Am I pronouncing her name correctly?
Yeah, the Barefoot Contessa.
Mm-hmm.
That's her?
My
Ina
mom
Garten?
lives there, yeah.
And Martha Stewart. Magnolia Bakery's famous banana pudding, which is so good. New York bagel brunch directly from the city, or even authentic Chicago deep dish pizza. So if you're looking to make Mother's Day perfect or want to impress your friends and family with an epic meal next time you host, go to goldbelly.com and get free shipping and 20% off your first order with promo code SPORTS. If you forget the promo code, just remember it's what we talk about mostly here. That's goldbelly.com, code SPORTS for free shipping and 20% off your first order. Goldbelly. I don't... For people like me and people older than me, I'm sure you've had thoughts before of giving a gift, and you've said like it wouldn't be sick if we could send XYZ to a friend or whatever. You probably can, and you could probably do it with Goldbelly. Goldbelly's awesome. You could send great food because let's be honest, a lot of the other food delivery services, you're sending, it's a thought that counts, and people open it and they're like, I mean, you tried. Yeah. Thanks. It reminds me of the what's the Simpsons meme? At least you tried on the cake.
Yeah.
It reminds me of that.
I think that was Simpsons. Yeah.
Where you open up the cake and it says at least you tried. With Goldbelly, you it's like Han Solo said, do or do not. There is no
now
try.
You lost me.
With Goldbelly, you knock it out of the park. You're sending the best food across the country. Great gift. People get excited for it.
There you go, Connor. Hop on.
Oh, they get waffles.
Oh yeah. Are there still waffles in the chat? Because my Twitter's blowing up because somebody who runs the Mostly Sports account, who may or may not be in this room, tweeted "Eat the waffles" at Real C Griff, and now my entire Twitter feed is just people chirping at me saying, "Eat the waffles." I'm gonna eat the waffles. I would have eaten them the day up.
They also made the ice cream bucket that Jeff D. Lowe sent.
Oh, that's
this
right.
was delicious.
The chicken ice cream.
Yeah.
Goldbelly, welcome to the club.
That's exciting. Great sponsor.
The thing I was talking about related to trades in the NBA and everything, Rohan Nadkarni, I hope I'm saying that correctly, tweeted this out yesterday, and I thought it was very fascinating. The Bucks traded for Dame, and somehow that ruined both the Bucks and the Heat, while also creating a super team in Boston. I'd also throw the Suns in there, by the way, because the Suns were involved in that trade.
The Bucks traded for Dame, and somehow that ruined both the Bucks and the Heat, while also creating a super team in Boston.
Because, of course...
Remind me how it created the super team in Boston.
Because the Bucks gave up Drew Holiday in that trade, who was instrumental in them winning a championship.
That's right.
And he goes to Portland. Portland very, right off the bat was like, we're moving Drew Holiday, and then they sent him to Boston.
That's right.
And Miami really wanted Dame Lillard. Didn't work out. Dame wanted to go to Miami. And then, of course, nothing has been the same since there. And then, Phoenix was a part of that trade as well. Phoenix has gone down the drain. Like that trade, in hindsight, now granted, the series is still very young. The Bucks could win these next two at home, and it's back to 2-2. Mm-hmm. But Dame has just never been the right.
But nobody in their right mind thinks the Bucks are title contenders.
Absolutely no. But it's because they had somebody who was a key piece of their championship-winning culture, and they panicked and moved off of him for a bigger name, and then they go and hire Doc Rivers, and the whole thing.
I'm going to say it, and it probably should have been said a couple years before what I'm going to say now, but you know how this works. I'm the tastemaker of basketball, and so people wait for me to say the things before they decide they're definitively here. I think the era of the big threes is over.
Oh yeah,
It's officially dead.
Yeah.
It's officially dead. It's been dead, but I think it's deader than dead at this point. I think it's done. I think if you're a team that's trying to build by let's just go get the biggest stars and throw them together, you're a fucking certified bozo.
Well, I think
Think about that. What do you think about that? Because I do think that NBA teams are now going to just stop. Like, I mean, the Suns are a great example of
the last 2 Kevin Durant teams.
every Kevin Durant team's been a good example, but except for the ones where he won titles,
but
except those ones.
the Nets was a disaster at the end.
Yeah.
And then the Suns have been a straight disaster from the
Yeah.
beginning.
Yeah, it's absolutely over. It's done. And the Celtics, the Celtics fans get in their feelings about people saying Tatum's not like the elite star or whatever, and Jaylen Brown's better than him, and you start pitting those guys against each other, whatever. But the greater point is less about like who's the alpha of the team, and it's more that like the way the Celtics built their team is not by saying let's just find the biggest stars in all of the NBA and throw them together. It was like there's thought that goes into it, and the team
Zero weak links.
Zero weak links.
You're only as good as your 8th best player.
That's exactly right. Like the Celtics, the conversation about why the Celtics are so good is less about how a lot of people are talking heads focused on the level at the top and who's the best, and is it Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum, whatever. What makes them so good is their 8th best player is miles better than anybody else.
Mm-hmm. And Kristaps
anybody else's 8th best player.
Kristaps Porzingis showed up in the playoffs last year, and I mean he's an incredible NBA player. Yeah,
and I think some thought will be. It's no longer for a long time though. The NBA was about who's your best player, and it was about, if they have LeBron, they're gonna have a chance, and if they have Kobe, they're gonna have a chance, and if they have, and it's still a little bit of that. Like I was kind of arguing that yesterday with the Clippers and Kawhi. I think the Clippers do have a chance with Kawhi, but ultimately it's gonna come down to like, the worst guy on the floor. How good is he?
Derek,
I think that's more important. Is when you look at the 5 guys that are on the floor, who is the worst player out there, and how much worse is he than the other team's worst player on the floor?
Derek White.
That's kind of what
it's not bad.
Yeah,
but Derek White had 30 points the other day. He led the Celtics in scoring. Not Tatum, not Brown, not Chris. It was Derek White. So they play again tonight, by the way. Last night, kind of a letdown in the association tonight with Celtics Magic.
What's the slate tonight? Magic,
it's
not good.
Cavs Heat.
Cavs Heat could be good.
Could be good.
Yeah, could be good. Probably won't be though.
But then Rockets Warriors.
Rockets Warriors will be good.
I mean, that's a late game.
Yeah, Rockets Warriors and Nuggets Clippers are the 2 series that have my attention the most, and Lakers Timber. I guess the whole West. Yeah. Guys, now that I hear myself, except for the Thunder.
I think Pistons Knicks is going to be really solid. But yeah, I do love. I am in a great routine right now. I live in a studio apartment, so I don't have much space, but my TV is right in front of my bed.
Oh, yeah.
Which I guess is pretty standard. Even if I had a 1-bedroom, you could have a TV in your bedroom. What's up, Bowen?
So your great routine is just
no. But at night, I finish watching the late game.
Okay.
Last night, Central Time, Lakers Timberwolves got started at 9. Game wraps up around like 11:30. I finish watching that.
Mm-hmm.
I go and brush my teeth and take a piss during the commercial break after the game, after the post-game interview.
So go a little slower.
I
finish watching.
Finish watching.
Okay, I'm gonna write this because I'm gonna.
Commercial break hits.
This is what's the guy's name?
Ashton Hall.
That guy. Yeah, this is Ashton Hall.
I'll do it tonight. I'll record
do that.
So you finish watching.
Finish watching the game.
Brush teeth and then take piss.
Brush teeth, take a piss. I can never go to sleep without taking a piss before.
Piss. Okay.
And then I turn off the light right next to the bathroom that also controls the light for like my main living space in my studio apartment.
Wait, that's confusing. Light next to bathroom.
Yeah, like when you step outside of the bathroom,
it's not in the bathroom.
No, but there's a light. There's a light
like
panel with a bunch.
There's like a hotel room where there's like a master.
Yes.
So there's like a master switch. You just turn everything off.
Yeah, for the living space. Yeah.
Okay.
So I then turn the lights off,
okay,
but I'm
light
not.
Off to so if you're just tuned in, we got finish watching, then brush teeth and piss. Then you turn the light to that's
all the lights in my apartment
are
off.
not in the bathroom. It's like just outside the bathroom.
Yes,
okay, got it.
But of course, I just turned off the bathroom light because I just got done taking a piss. So the bathroom light's off. The main living space.
Wait. This is important. Do you turn the bathroom light off or the one next to the bathroom?
I turn the bathroom light off first before I exit the bathroom, and then I leave the bathroom.
Okay, bathroom light off.
And I turn it off for my entire living space, so my entire apartment is dark. But
okay,
I have the TV on.
The glow of the TV. But
The glow of the TV illuminates the room enough to where I can walk to my bed, I can get all comfy, and I watch inside the NBA because as soon as I'm done taking a piss, as soon as I'm done brushing my teeth, commercial break is over, and it's Ernie Johnson and Shaq and Kenny and Charles, and I doze off to inside the NBA, and then I wake up.
You do what?
I doze off.
Okay. All right.
Usually, I wake up around, I don't know, like 2, and then it's over. I'm like, all right, yeah, I'll turn it off, and then I go back to sleep. It's great.
Fuck yeah.
Phenomenal routine. And
I need a video of that.
Yeah,
I'll record a video tonight with timestamps and everything.
Thank you.
It's a great routine.
It's riveting.
Did you see his new video yesterday?
Who the
Ashton Hall?
Yeah.
Ashton Hall, yeah. He put out a new one.
Yeah. So, someone was like,
But it's always the same video, right? Or no?
yeah.
Always like the same video, but slightly different.
Yeah, I saw it on Twitter. It was just like, I don't know. Just
As TJ, try to find that. I'm going to tell the people about Steven Singer as you try to find that. Do you call your mom every day or just on special occasions or once in a blue moon? Steven Singer Jewelers wants to help you tell the moms in your life every single day how appreciated they are. He's introducing this brand new limited edition 24-karat gold dip blue moon rose for Mother's Day. Skip flowers that die in a week. Steven Singer Jewelers signature gold dip roses are real roses dipped in real 24-karat gold and are guaranteed. Cody, give me a Charles Barkley. Guaranteed.
Guaranteed.
I just kind of did it the same way I did it.
Yeah.
That wasn't really Chuck at all. Give her something she can look at and remember how loved she is all year long. Picture a brilliantly bright blue rose with diamond-like sparkles. This forever gift of a real long stem 24-karat gold dip rose has Steven's full lifetime guarantee. It comes to you in an impressive gift box in your own personalized Mother's Day note. Order now exclusively at IHateStevenSinger.com. Hurry because these will not be restocked and supply is limited. Shipping is always complimentary. That means free. Nothing says I love you like a real, authentic Steven Singer 24-karat gold dip rose that lasts forever. Only available from Steven Singer Jewelers in Philly or online at IHateStevenSinger.com.
Boom.
Ashton Hall, we were looking at.
I
video.
DM'd it to TJ. It's just, what? This is how he spends his weekends.
Normal
just
weekend.
really.
The fuck was the foot rub?
Yeah, I don't know if the washing the feet was necessary.
That was insane.
Well, you don't like that, Cody?
No.
All right. What was that? Oh, go back to that. What was that noise?
Thank you.
All right.
No socks?
No socks. Isn't he aren't we sniffing Kizzy on him being a little bit fraudulent in the sense that wasn't he
there's no kids to be sniffed. It's blatant.
I think he's
Yeah, like-
floating his way into reality, though.
but
Fake
he's-
it till you
he's-
make it?
Wasn't he out was it at a Heat game?
Yeah,
He's like out late and his whole thing is like I'm in bed at
that was he did a video about that. He was like the rare late night out routine, and it was him going to a Heat game.
I don't. So my feedback on this for him is this doesn't work when he's out in the world. We don't need to see him out in the world. The only thing that's fascinating about it is like you're not really sure if this guy's a human being and like where he's like is he just in like some bunker in Russia somewhere doing this? Like where in the world is he? Who is he? The moment he starts interacting with other people, I'm out.
Also,
I don't need him doing everyday things. I want him just sticking his face in water and then sprinting, and that's it.
if he has
Mystery is good.
if
Need
he
more
has
mystery.
clothes on, is he like super recognizable as a famous guy? Like I only know him from just being totally ripped and, like you said, Mark, putting ice on his face.
You'd recognize his titties, but not
I'd
not his
recognize
face.
his abs, yeah. But if he has clothes on, I'm not saying like strip down Ashton Hall. I'm just saying,
Yeah.
is he that popular of a guy where he's recognizable?
You would
on the street
recognize
like that?
you would recognize him naked immediately.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
The feet? Yeah, I'd recognize his feet. But I don't know about anything else.
But clothes
So all those people,
clothes on doesn't do it for you.
well, just all those people coming up to him and like paparazzi pictures and everything. I was like, is he this?
He finishes watching. He brushes his teeth. He takes a piss, but then he turns off the bathroom light.
Yes.
And then you go out and you turn off the light next to the bathroom.
Yes.
but you leave the TV on. That's important. I underlined that twice. And then you get comfy, and then you doze off, and then you wake up and it's 2 a.m.
Yeah.
And then you go back to sleep.
Turn the TV
That's
off.
the schedule. All
Turn
right.
the TV
Can't wait to see that video.
Turn his TV off.
Can't wait to. What's up, Blutman?
Blutman.
Yeah, I'm over this guy. He's feeling himself too much. It was interesting when there was mystery. There's no longer mystery. It's
Never watched a second of his videos till today.
I was talking about
regretted
you.
that.
I was talking about you.
Thank you.
I wasn't talking.
Thank you.
I'm kidding, Blutman.
I know.
You know I'm just joking. You know I'm just
Yeah.
joshing you. How was the puck last night? It was pretty good, right?
It was good till 1 a.m.
Knights.
Yeah, that's
Oh, Vegas
Stinky.
yeah. Bad. Shea Theodore played one of the worst games that any hockey players ever played. It was the equivalent of South Park hockey. It was bad.
It was equivalent of South Park hockey.
Yeah, you know, like the South Park episode where the little kids play the Red Wings and they just got mauled. It was like a little kid that just.
Sorry, I only do Simpsons memes.
It
was it like
It was like Lisa trying to play a saxophone and none of the notes worked.
Oh, okay. I get that then.
They're
I
all
understand
playing the
that.
wrong notes.
5-2.
Yeah.
And then Bart gave her a cake that said, "At least you tried."
It was one of those.
Yeah.
I think the Knights.
Stop! He's already dead.
During that game yesterday, I think they walked in, hung up their hat, took it off the rack, and then walked out. Am I right?
What is it, online?
Watching the first period, it was like, I'm coming out of the bushes, and then I was like, here comes the other team.
Yep.
Let me go back in the bushes, you know?
Yeah, no.
That was rough, Blutman. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's okay.
you guys
Because the
ruined it.
Senators Maple Leafs game was like when Gramps is asleep and he wakes up and he's saying something great all of a sudden.
Overtime finish.
What was
Yeah.
I missed the collab
Next
that
over.
you guys did on the stream.
Connor.
How did that go?
Connor, rough entrance.
You know, I was here. I was working on some yak stuff, and then I get Luke asking me 20 times, "Hey, you want to hop on the stream? You want to hop on the stream?"
20?
No, I'm kidding. I'm embellishing here.
I wouldn't ask you.
He was nice about it. Yeah, no. And then you asked me. I was like, "Yeah, I'll hop on." And so I wrapped up my work. They were in there watching some puck, and I joined, and Tate came on as well, and I walked into the stream and immediately just banged my head on the back like window that we have, and yeah, I got that. But anyway, it was fun. It's a good chill vibe in there. It's just
Thanks.
Blutman watching some hockey, and you're just chopping it up.
You guys are done with your little pink hoodie thing.
Yeah, what was
You
it?
got
I don't know what you're
you guys
talking
got
about.
bullied out of that.
I honestly have no idea what that is all
Lucas
about.
wasn't wearing it last night. That's for
I
sure.
don't know, man. Like, dare a guy support women? Women in sports.
Name
BCA.
Name a woman.
Name 5
Blutman.
women.
Condoleezza Rice.
In
Kim
sports.
Mulkey. I am. Paige Beckers. Ezzy Fudd. Gino Auriemma. And Don Taylor.
That's right.
Name 5 women not in sports.
My mom, my aunt.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
That's 3.
That's 2 more.
Pretty good.
The barista.
The barista.
The barista.
The barista. Is that? Am I supposed to know who that is?
Yeah.
That should be that'd
That's
be a
just a
great
nickname?
like rapper name is like,
Barista.
the barista.
Or some sort of sports nickname.
Yeah.
Yeah, that does kind of go crazy.
All right, who's the barista?
I don't know.
Blutman, is
What
this
woman?
is this funny? You ready?
Yeah.
Man shows off his shrine for your ice cream helmet collection is a brilliant basement project. Is the headline? Wait, what is
Sorry,
it?
there's supposed to be-
Man
there's-
shows off his shrine.
There's supposed to be a semicolon.
I know what you're playing. I know.
Basically, man built a shrine for his baseball for his helmet Sundays collection. His
Yes.
Helmet ice cream. He
Yes.
goes to the ballpark. He gets the helmet, the cup of. Yeah, it's a familiar thing to people.
Yes,
you
the
get
Devils are doing chicken tenders in
Right.
the helmet
Mm.
tonight.
Do you think doing that in your basement is that funny to you?
Doing that in your basement. No, that's not funny. That rocks.
Yeah, I agree. I
don't think there's any humor involved here. This
Yeah.
is just strictly business. You made a phenomenal move, and you shared it with the world, and we all poured out our gratitude. It's a great move.
That's the best.
Man's jealous.
That is the best way to track all the ballparks you've been to.
This is true too.
That's
yeah.
baseball. A lot of baseball lends itself to that. So many games. It's also during a time of year that people travel more often.
And
so
love ice cream.
and they love ice cream. But you know, a lot of people out there that one of their dreams is, or maybe not, maybe that's overstating, maybe it's not, but the people like to go to every ballpark. That's something that's a familiar thing. People don't do that with like football stadiums or with
College
some
football,
do, but like maybe, but not really. It's
There's
not
too many.
It's not a quote unquote thing like it is with baseball, where you want to go, you want to see every stadium. So yeah, people like to track all the stadiums they've been to. I think this is the best way I've ever seen someone track all the stadiums they've been to.
I was gonna
incredible.
sniff Kizzy on it, but I the fact that he doesn't have them all will lead me to believe it's real. You can just buy the helmets.
Yeah.
Are they organized by division too?
Yeah, but the fact that there's missing ones leads me to believe it.
All right.
Also,
then-
there's a company selling ceramic ones, which I think is really cool. I've got ads for this in the past.
So you
that are
could,
like, they're like not plastic. They're made out of like bull material.
Dishwasher safe.
I wonder if my parents are listening. Do we still have a stack of stadium helmets from Yankees and Trenton Thunder games in the cabinet above the toaster oven? Because I had like 40.
It's a great question.
Dude, if they're one cabinet over, I'm gonna be pissed.
That's a great
If they
question.
move those,
Yeah.
It's over.
yeah.
Coming home.
In fact, that question is not just for your parents. I think that's for everybody watching.
Yeah.
Everybody
go,
check
go
your
to the
cabinets.
check the cabinet above the above the toaster.
Above the toaster oven.
Everybody check the cabinet above your toaster and report back if you have any helmets
Any
on
stadium
the
helmets.
Yeah, people usually say top shelf where mama hides the cookies, but it's always been above the cabinet next to the toaster oven.
Yeah.
That's right.
Is Tate going on a ballpark?
I think he might be right now. Yeah, I've seen his Instagram is suggesting as much.
Yeah.
Isn't it? He
At the Giants.
went to the Giants, and he went
He had
to.
wings.
Oh, I'm sorry, Cody. Are we boring you?
What? I was looking up the Instagram.
I'm just kind of.
Come on, man.
That was mean. That was mean.
Got him.
I just turned and Cody yawn.
Yeah.
I shouldn't have called attention to that. That was mean.
Yeah, there it is.
that was mean to me.
Going to
You're
Sacramento.
allowed to yawn, Cody. I'm sorry.
Thanks, man.
I
You
take
think
that,
he ate
I take
burgers
that
at the
back.
game?
Tate?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. If I know Tate, yeah. Yeah.
You should call him.
Tate, why is every challenge eating? He brought that up to me. Like I went over to him last week and I was like, hey man, I know you floated the idea of me doing one of the After Dark streams. Heads up, I've made the decision. Once June comes, I'm pretty much not going to do anything extra here, which is to say, like I'll do mostly Sports the Yak, but like I'm not going to do
Because of your child.
Because with the child,
Yes,
yeah, because I got to be ready for a moment's notice. Take my wife to the hospital. So I was like, I can't commit to doing an After Dark. By the time June rolls around, I won't be able to commit to doing an After Dark stream. He's like, oh, okay. All right, because we were talking about doing a 999 thing with it. I was like, what? How is it? And you just see the wheels going, and he just like starts throwing out 999 and like, is there a world where maybe we could eat? What if we ate? And this is off camera and all. Like, yeah, this wasn't for content at all. I was just like, dude, it's just eating and golf sims and basketball shooting challenges, and that's it. That's all we got. With all due respect to the environment, paper straws are absolute dog shit and should go down as the worst invention of all.
Eating
time.
double burgers.
He's got
burgers in bed.
Yeah.
I guarantee.
I can't suck these burgers through the straw for shit.
I guarantee you this. Call him right now. I bet he's eating something, and if he's not, I'll do something.
He's probably eating breakfast burger, bro.
I'll eat
That's
something.
He's
definitely
that's
eating.
bait.
Yeah.
Why
But-
is that bait?
Everyone acted like it wasn't bait.
That's yeah.
Oh, the tweet.
That's a good tweet.
Yeah.
Good tweet. Good tweet.
All right,
I bet
At the
he's-
crime
he's
scene.
fucking eating. Oh, it's what? 8
LOL.
in California right now.
Yeah, he might
not be
out.
awake.
He's probably not awake.
Well, actually, no. It's 9:30. He might be.
Tell me he's live.
Live to tape.
Hello?
Hey, you're live on Mostly Sports. Are you eating anything right now?
I just had a waffle.
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 That's good.
True story.
You actually had a waffle?
I'm here. Did I just have a waffle?
Yes, you did.
Yeah, why?
That's a
How long ago did you eat your waffle?
Probably 10 minutes ago.
Okay, so that doesn't count.
No.
Cody's shitting on you. Cody's just like
What
we
did he say?
were talking about the guy. You saw the guy that's doing. Did you see the tweet of the guy collecting all the helmets in his basement of eating Sundays and stuff?
Oh, yeah.
So are you going around trying to go to as many parks as you can? Because your name came up because we were like, guys do that. They go to all the ballparks or whatever.
Yeah, we're doing 5 this week in California.
All right, so that's how you got brought up, and then Cody just suddenly was like, I bet he's eating something right now. Call him.
That motherfucker.
So I was calling you to check if you were in the process of eating something.
No, I haven't eaten anything in at least 10 minutes.
All right. But it was a waffle. It was a waffle though.
Yeah, it was a peanut butter waffle. Very good.
That's interesting, Tate. That's interesting. That's all we needed. Have a great vacation.
All right.
See you, Tate.
Thanks, Mark. See ya.
It's interesting. Waffle. That's interesting. Makes you think. Twin Peaks is the #1 sports bar. That's a big claim, but they back it up. Yeah, you don't have to choose basketball or hockey. You get it all at Twin Peaks. Have you ever tried their draft? Hey, I need to go to Twin Peaks. I had this complaint the other day. I can't watch basketball and hockey at my house. I need to go to Twin Peaks. Have you tried their draft beer? It's always 29 degrees. It has beer ice crystals in it, and their food is surprisingly really, really good. And it's made from scratch in the kitchen daily. Seasoned, smashed, and seared to order burgers, hand-stretched flatbreads, hand-cut steaks, freshly prepared guac, and you never have to worry about missing anything. There's TVs literally everywhere. Find your local lodge. Visit TwinPeaksRestaurant.com. One thing I want to make sure we talk about before we go, Mike Patrick died.
Yes.
I don't know if that's a guy that means anything to anybody in this room, but he was one of those guys that was the voice. I wouldn't say he was the voice of a sport, but his voice is synonymous in my head with like ACC basketball games, a lot of college football games, and he's one of those guys that like if you're a tier in announcers, he might not come to mind. But I saw the news yesterday that he passed, and I was like, oh, that's a massive loss. And he's a voice of my childhood. He's a voice of my adolescence. He's a voice of my college years, and I think that's a loss to the sports commentary world. I think Mike Patrick was one of those guys that you recognize his voice instantly, and more often than not, you're about to see a really, really good basketball game when you heard his voice. Also, Mike Patrick, do you know the Britney Spears? Have you seen the Britney Spears video? Britney Spears.
I don't know what you were referring to.
Find Mike Patrick talking about. Do you know this, Blutman? This is before your time.
I feel like vaguely I'm aware of it.
I don't want to say too much, but try to find
what sport?
The football. It was a SEC football game, I think.
Because that's what I think
I'm
of.
Aware of this.
That's what I think of with him mainly is college football, but I'm not familiar with this clip. No.
He did a lot of ACC basketball games back in the it was SC Alabama Georgia. This is
overtime.
Yes,
this is
good game.
In overtime. A ranked Georgia versus a ranked Alabama.
Oh wait, yeah.
I have an important question. Go ahead. What is Brittany doing with her life?
Yeah.
Who? Brittany. Brittany who? Spears. What is she doing with her career? Why do we care at this point? Is she here? I don't think so. Is she a football fan? I'm sure she is.
Just out of nowhere.
Yeah, no,
what is Brittany doing with life?
I forgot about that clip. Yeah, I have seen that before. That's great.
Was he wrong though?
At that time, no.
What was Brittany doing with her life?
He was right.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that's incredible. R.I.P.
Anything else before we go?
R.I.P. Dukes.
R.I.P.
Oh, R.I.P. Dukes. Yeah.
They had a funeral for him.
Rip Dukes, bro.
He's gone. He's officially gone.
Today's his last day.
Dukes, bro.
Oh,
Man.
until what? Like March?
Until he'll be back.
I think he'll be back.
Shout out to
I think
Dukes,
we haven't
man.
seen the last of Dukes.
Complete 180.
I wish I got Dukes worked on the Titus show, so like I interacted with him a little bit, but
Yeah.
I wish I got to work in the same office as him. Every time he'd come to the Chicago office, it was electric. Is that the Barstool parlance? It was electric. It was
Banana
fucking
Land?
Banana Land.
Yeah. Great vibes guy.
Great vibes guy.
Mhm.
Impossible to dislike that guy.
I'll miss
a
him.
fiesta.
Who should the MVP should have been?
We still don't know. We'll never know.
I think that's the biggest regret we have.
Is that we don't know?
Should the MVP
We never
should have
found out during this time here.
I also will say happy birthday to Britt Baker. It is her birthday today. Member of the family.
Happy birthday.
One of the
right.
OG guests on this show. So
She was with us in Vegas.
yes, she was.
That's right. She came on the show in Vegas.
Shout out to Britt.
College basketball portal closed, so I got to get to work. I got to get out of here.
Synergy?
Show. Yeah, I got to get on Synergy and find some guys for the Buckeyes. The portal's closed though. Over 60% is what they're saying of players eligible to come back to play college basketball entered the portal. Over 60%.
Sports in a good spot.
All right, that's the show. Brandon should be back tomorrow, so if that's good news for you, be excited. If it's not, then maybe skip tomorrow's show. Brandon should be back tomorrow. We'll have the full crew here. See you guys then.
That's how ball is done.
family.